Because when Muslims they see something very stupid in their religion, right away they will say to you, oh, we deny it. It's false, brother. It's weak. It's da'if. What da'if? Since when is da'if? If it is da'if, why it's in the book? It is in a book. It's called Sahih al-Bukhari, which means the correct Bukhari. Why you call it correct if it's wrong? So first of all, if it is wrong, don't put it in your book. Go through your books. You're in garbage. And the funny, by the way, Muslims, they say to you that Islam is based on Sunnah and the Qur'an. Remember this. What does that mean? It means Islam is based on the Qur'an and the Hadith, not only in the Qur'an. You see the Qur'an, when they play games with you, they say to you, the Qur'an never corrupted, which is a joke. I do not need to prove the Qur'an to be corrupted, but I can do it easy. But what the point of proving the corrupt to be corrupt? Because the original Qur'an is a corrupt book anyway. When we say corrupted, this means there is original one, which was valid, and there is a new one, which is not valid. No, the Quran from the beginning, Muhammad himself is a corrupt man. So whatever he comes from his mouth is corrupt. Like if we ask Muslims where we can find the chapter of Ar-Rajm, the stoning to death in the Quran, it's not there. It's gone. If we ask Muslims, Allah, He sent the Quran down in 3 letters. Where are they? Sorry, 7 letters. We have only one. They will say to you, Uthman ibn Affan, he destroyed them. Okay, who gave him the right to do that? I thought the Quran is preserved. And the Quran says that the one who will collect the Quran and preserve the Quran and even recite the Quran is Allah, not Uthman. Chapter 75, verse number 17. Go to any translation you want. It's very clear verse. You know, that Allah saying that on us, the collecting and the reciting of the Quran. So no one else will collect the Quran. But as the Muslims, is it collected by Allah? The only valid Quran, according to the Quran itself, is the one will be collected by Allah. And the word and the verse is very clear. On us who? Allah. Collecting it and reciting it. But Allah never did. If not Uthman, he did. There is no Quran today. There's many Qur'ans. Quran of Fatima, Quran of Hafsa, Quran of Uthman. Actually, you know what? The book Quran never been called Quran. It was always called Mus'haf. Mus'haf, which means a pages or or a book. So it's not even, it never been called Quran. And the funny, in English they call it Holy Quran. When the Quran itself, in the Arabic one, all Muslims they call it the generous Quran. The generous Quran is not even the noble Quran. It is the generous Quran. From where they got the Holy Quran, I have no idea. So Islam is a religion of corruption. And as long your religion is based on 2 things, number 1 is Quran, which you have to collect it. And number 2 is what Muhammad said. This is number 2. Okay, now, if the hadith is not preserved, if the hadith is full of stupid stuff, then how you can say Islam is preserved if the Quran is based on both? Where the preserved Quran? Where is the preserved Islam? How a Muslim will learn how to pray in Islam? Where in the Quran it says how to pray? Actually, the Quran says prayer is 3 times. Quran says you pray 3 times, not 5. Hadith says 5. So if hadith is not preserved and it's not 100% sure, it means your religion is not 100% sure. And you know what? One story can be wrong, can change the whole religion. Just one story. Because one story can mean many stories are wrong. There's a hadith says that the chapter of Al-Baqarah used to be equal, or sorry, the Al-Ahzab used to be equal to Al-Baqarah. So this means there's hundreds of verses are missing in one chapter alone. And let me show you something. This is an Islamic website. This is 100% Islamic website. This is alislam.org. Let me show you. Here we go. You see it? alislam.org. So don't tell me I'm making things up. And by the way, those references are nothing comparing to what we can give. And actually, even themselves, look what they are saying, the Muslims themselves. it is not possible to give the details of all the verses and sentences and phrases which allegedly were lost at the time the Quran was collected. So they agree and they admit the Quran lost a lot of it. So not only the hadith is corrupt as they claim, the Muslims themselves they say the hadith is corrupt. It's the Quran is corrupt. So where is the religion? Now look, they are giving you reference, how, Al-Ahzab, here we go, Al-Ahzab used to be equal to Al-Baqarah. What this is mean that this Al-Ahzab used to be almost 300 verses. What is that? How this happened? How those verses are missing? 70 Hudayfa said to claim that 70 verses of this chapter were lost. Okay, forget about Hazifa. The 9th chapter of At-Tawbah, this is a different chapter. It's alleged that two-thirds of 3/4 of this surah has been lost. And by the way, you will see the reference at the end of the page. Remember, this is an Islamic website. But there are only 129 verses in the surah of the Quran. In this surah. So he's giving you, they are giving you in here reference of tons of missing verses in the Quran. I made the text bigger so you guys can see it better. Now let us see what Umar al-Khattab he said. He said the Quran used to be, read not my words, and it says a trusted chain of narrators. So those who say weak, strong, those games they play. Look, lose of a major part of the Quran. There are a lot of tradition of Sunni books which shows that the Quran was much more than what the Muslims have in their hands. The Tabarani has narrated with a trusted, worthy chains of narrators from Umar ibn Khattab that he said the Quran is 1,027,000 letters. 1,027,000 letters. How many we have today? Guess what? Go and search right now in Yahoo, Google, whatever you want, and get the answer. The answer, surprise. The answer is 456,789 words. So I'm not sure. By the way, this is let us see a Muslim website. Let us see a Muslim website to be sure from the name. I went to a Pakistani website, and look what I found. The Quran have 6,666 verses. No comment. No comment. Okay. Now let us see how many letters in the Quran. Let us see. Guys, read with me. How many letters are in the Holy Quran? 323,671. But this is mean, more than 80% of the Quran is gone. If Umar he said the Quran, let me make it bigger. If Umar he said that the Quran has 1,027,000 letter, and now the Muslim they are saying to us that the Quran has 323,671 letter. This is mean more than 80% of the Quran is gone. So here we go. We showed you that your Islam, your Quran, missing a lot of verses, more than 80% of it. And this is from Islamic website. I'm going to post the link, by the way, for people they can go and see by themselves. I'm not making things up. And you will see all the reference. Here we go, all the reference. Written by Muslims, done by Muslims, organized by Muslims. I have nothing to do with it. All those reference, and those are nothing comparing to what we can give. All proving Islam to be corrupted books. Not only the Quran, the Hadith too.